We are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and—
Man, this timeline is crazy, man.
I know. So many things coming at one time.
We never thought the glittering heels of Diddy's twin daughters could leave scorch marks. Yet here we are, peering over the velvet rope as Jessie and D'Lila sprint from the spotlight straight into the crosshairs of looming federal eyes. We can almost taste the tension in the air, thick and metallic, as word leaks that silent vans with tinted windows have begun tailing their chauffeured SUVs. We picture the twins' matching diamond anklets flashing in paparazzi flare while, just out of frame, unseen agents jot every move into neat little notebooks. We feel the chill of that realization settle in. The same sisters who once floated through yacht parties like fairy tale royals are now living inside a real-life thriller, where the villains and the heroes are indistinguishable, and even a harmless latte run might read like evidence.
At the end of the day, just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time, we'll start to see that.
We rewind to an ordinary Tuesday gone radioactive. Reports whisper that suit-clad investigators encircled the family's LA compound at dawn, allegedly rifling through walk-in closets full of designer gowns, and, here's the kicker, pausing at a pair of passports stamped with an almost suspicious number of recent one-way itineraries. Our pulse quickens at the rumor that those little booklets weren't just travel keepsakes, but potential getaway tickets, primed in case their father's empire crumbled faster than an overpriced macaron. Online sleuths exploded. Were Jessie and D'Lila plotting a midnight dash across warm Caribbean waters? Were they ready to trade red carpets for safe houses? We can't ignore the goosebumps rising when we picture glossy airport selfies, concealing frantic farewell glances just outside the frame. We lean closer, because there's more, always more. Someone familiar with the operation claims a sleek, pen-sized listening device surfaced in the twins' glam room, disguised between lash glue and contour sticks. Specialists muttered that its storage could hold weeks of covert chatter. Did the girls plant the hardware to chronicle hush-hush phone calls? Or were they the accidental custodians of incriminating audio that their father's rivals would pay eight-figure sums to possess? We replay that picture, two young fashion icons giggling over outfit choices, oblivious that a silent recorder is siphoning every syllable, until someone in an evidence jacket slips it into a plastic pouch and labels it Exhibit A.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
We can't shake the contrast swirling around them. One moment the twins post sunset reels from a Mykonos deck, the next they're trending because the FBI allegedly flagged their frequent flyer numbers. The chasm between digital, sparkle, and real-world scrutiny is so wide we almost hear it crack. We sip the tea like everyone else, wondering how long the sisters can caption their lives with airy heart emojis while headlines shout in bold, "Ongoing federal surveillance," "Potential obstruction," "Sealed subpoenas." Now we pivot deeper into the story's gilded maze, unspooling the glamorous threads that once cocooned them. Jessie and D'Lila grew up documented by flash photography, ballet twirls at age 6, performed on a stage lined with million-dollar faces. Their Sweet 16 party in West Hollywood reportedly cost more than some indie films. The main was flown in from Tokyo that morning. Fans adored the twins' carefree posts, matching silk pajamas and a private jet, synchronized juice toasts aboard a Saint Tropez yacht. Yet, we noticed the recent comment sections turning acidic, followers labeling the girls tone-deaf for flaunting couture while their father's name trends alongside words like racketeering and human trade conspiracy. The clicks that once boosted their influencer status now flood with side-eye emojis in creeping doubt.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here?
Mid-scroll, an unverified insider drops a late-night bomb. During the March raid that rocked Diddy World, federal agents allegedly demanded the twins surrender travel documents immediately. The reason? Authorities feared the sisters might facilitate cash transfers to offshore havens or worse, vanish under diplomatic fog. One gossip blogger claims Jessie was overheard asserting she doesn't run from anything, yet her grip reportedly trembled when the badge-wearing officials stepped closer. We weren't there, but we can practically hear the echo of polished nails tapping marble countertops, while passports slide across the table like chess pieces. Then comes the second flashpoint, that mysterious recording device. According to whispers, it wasn't discovered by random chance. Investigators allegedly homed in after decrypting a snippet of wiretap chatter referencing the twins' lipstick cam. Tantalizing speculation suggests the gadget captured pillow talk strategy sessions about moving funds overseas. Conversations featuring voices too recognizable for comfort. We imagine a technician in a sterile lab, earbuds in, going rigid when a snippet plays. Laughter, glasses clinking, a muffled baritone mapping out accounts in the Caymans. Do the sisters even realize how fast a playful gadget morphs into a ticking time bomb when federal labs start scrubbing the audio?
You know what I'm saying? Just with this Cassie thing, I didn't know her, but I knew somebody like her, and that was Kim Porter. I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter.
We can't discuss Diddy's family saga without sliding back to the haunting shadow of Kim Porter. Her 2018 tragedy still hangs like a velvet curtain no one dares lift. Those close to her once painted Diddy as magnetic yet suffocating, a man who, as one longtime insider told a radio audience, could freeze a room just by disapproving of a single hair curl. He literally was just sitting there staring at her hair. We are not believing until we get this curl right. The quote may seem superficial, hair, but we detect the deeper chill of control. And control, we note, is the recurring chorus in the Combs Symphony.
Because Kim had took the cork, you know where you open up wine? The corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist defending himself. And he almost, I know he tore some ligaments, but he almost hit an artery or came close to the artery or either scratched it or cut it a little bit because he just kept bleeding.
Lawyer Suzanne Kimberly Bracker injected a harsher chord when she observed on record that Diddy's jealousy led him to hire private investigators to tail Kim. He was obsessed with Kim. That obsession, Bracker implied, became a dark heartbeat pounding beneath every glamorous photo op. We revisit Porter's sudden passing, officially natural causes, yet can't ignore how online sleuths glue red string between her demise and today's hurricane. Some point to Albie Schur's call for a renewed investigation, waving screenshots of missing devices, hinting that Porter may have stashed flash drive truths. Could the same digital ghost now tether Jessie and D'Lila to danger? We don't claim answers, but the mirrored pattern chills us. Beloved women, intrusive surveillance, and a cascade of secrets. Speculation turns downright gothic when insiders mumble about offshore accounts opened in the twins' names. The story goes like this. Years ago, a high-powered advisor allegedly suggested safeguarding the children's future by parking funds far from U.S. jurisdiction. Back then, it sounded like prudent estate planning. Today, it reads like pre-planned escape routes. We envision spreadsheets hidden behind logins that reference Starfish Trust, Twin Star Holdings, innocuous labels masking millions. Now, with Diddy behind bars awaiting a May 2025 trial, every whispered Cayman ledger throbs with urgency. Are Jessie and D'Lila scrambling to liquidate before asset freezes lock them out? Or are those accounts already drained, their contents moved further into financial outer space? We watch private jet tracking sites light up with theories. An unregistered Gulfstream leaves Nassau at dawn, lands in Zurich by dusk. Was that the twins' plan B? Meanwhile, the twins' public feeds teeter between defiance and coded distress. One day, Jessie posts a pastel sunset captioned, "All about the horizon." The next day, D'Lila shares a single broken mirror emoji. We read them like cryptic diary entries. Are they taunting haters or signaling they're trapped between loyalty and survival? Sources inside their circle hint the sisters feel cornered. They know they could soon be summoned as key witnesses, their every past voice memo rehearsed by prosecutors. Imagine being 20-something, wearing couture and yet rehearsing lines for a courtroom drama that could put your father away for decades. We taste the bitterness. Loyalty versus liberation. Federal circles reportedly view the twins as a final puzzle piece. If they confirm money trails or after-dark logistics, Diddy's defense could crumble faster than a juice tower at a rooftop bash. But cooperation means torching the family brand, trading glamorous futures for witness protection obscurity. We don't envy them. Picture authorities offering new identities in suburban anonymity. No red carpets, no influencer deals, while paparazzi outside the courthouse scream their real names. Hard choice. That's the understatement of the decade.
So yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily so, I guess, right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars.
The ticking clock grows louder every day. Diddy remains in that Brooklyn detention center, described by insiders as hell on earth. His attorneys argued for home confinement with 24/7 security and a $50 million bond, yet the judge wasn't swayed. He cited a serious risk of witness tampering, hinting that attempts to sway testimony have already sparked red flags. If that's true, then any contact with Jessie or D'Lila, even an innocuous birthday wish, could look like pressure. Imagine being a daughter reading a voicemail from your father, wondering if the FBI has already transcribed it as evidence.
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
We circle back to that chilling Kim Porter theory. Friends insist she never would have penned a splashy memoir, yet an allegedly fake manuscript exploded onto Amazon in 2024, spinning lurid tales of hidden flash drives and compromising tapes. Rolling Stone even quoted the self-styled publisher admitting, maybe not 100% of the book is true, but maybe 80% is. 80% of what? Enough to sway public opinion? Enough to spook potential witnesses? Twins, clued into fearing they're next on some tragic list meant to keep secrets buried? The mind reels. Inside the prison, Diddy reportedly chats chess with crypto villain Sam Bankman-Fried. We imagine him crafting new strategies, mapping how to protect his empire through remote control. But outside, the world shifts. Luxury liquor lines distance themselves. Streaming platforms quietly pull hits from curated playlists. If the money tap slows, where does that leave Jessie and D'Lila, whose wardrobes and skincare routines cost more in a month than many earn in a year? Offshore nest eggs suddenly look less like indulgence and more like lifeboats.
This is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, I mean, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell right now, I think it really underscores the magnitude of what he's facing and the weight of the federal government.
Speaking of lifeboats, rumors swirl about a planned voyage. A sleek, unnamed yacht moored off the Bahamas allegedly keeps its engines warm. The captain's manifest lists 2 VIP passengers with initials matching the twins. Could that be coincidence? Or is it the pre-booked route to non-extradition paradise? We trace maritime law blogs late at night, noting how a quick island hop could place them under a flag far less cooperative with U.S. subpoenas. But modern satellites never sleep, and one wrong Instagram geotag exposes everything. We'd be remiss not to touch on the explosive new lawsuits painting carnival horror pictures of Diddy's so-called freak-off gatherings. One plaintiff alleges he was paraded in humiliating attire at a 2015 bash, claiming even Jay-Z and Beyonce witnessed the scene. Claims their reps flatly deny. It's circus versus court docket, but the details, secret tunnels, hush money, party favors disguised as luxury amenities, create an undercurrent that drags everyone in the orbit under suspicion. For Jessie and D'Lila, each fresh allegation piles onto the weight already crushing their shoulders. They weren't present, yet any evidence of household awareness can rope them in through dreaded legal phrases like conspiracy or beneficiary of illicit proceeds.
You know, he get the trafficking because he took her to different states and had her perform acts with different, male and different people, sometimes against her will.
Online, skeptics ask why the twins haven't publicly denounced or defended their father. We suspect they're muzzled by counsel, warned every tweet could be subpoenaed. Still, silence invites narrative. Are they complicit princesses or trapped pawns? We pore over every paparazzi snap, searching for stray expressions, worry lines, forced smiles. At a recent fashion gala, Jessie's grin faltered when a reporter yelled, "Did you talk to federal agents?" Security rushed her past, but the clip went viral. Slowed down, zoomed in, reinterpreted by lip-reading hobbyists certain she whispered, "No comment." That phrase alone birthed 3 threads on gossip forums and a week's worth of TikTok theories. As we near the eye of the storm, the real-world stakes crystallize. Prosecutors have until the end of this year to hand over discovery. Defense teams will comb gigabytes of phone logs, surveillance stills, and maybe, just maybe, snippets from that lipstick cam audio. If the twins' voices surface, their lawyers must decide preemptive cooperation or courtroom ambush. We picture late-night war room meetings in penthouse conference rooms, smelling of burnt espresso, attorneys urging them to cut a deal before the government locks in sentencing guidelines.
But there's also strategic reasons for the prosecutors to want him to have co-defendants, because right now he hasn't waived his right to a speedy trial, which would force prosecutors to take him to trial pretty quick, which they actually might not be ready to do. But if they supersede him and have co-defendants with him, it makes it a lot easier to pursue a trial continuance without him waiving his speedy trial right.
Friends whisper that D'Lila clings to hope of salvaging the family name. She allegedly keeps mood boards of future fashion lines titled Twin Legacy. Jessie, the pragmatist, is said to store emergency cash in a Birkin, ready at any second to bolt. Neither wants to betray their father, yet both hear the distant gavel pounding out possibilities. Decades behind bars for him, and scorched earth reputations for them if they stall too long. Inside the courtroom corridors, we imagined federal agents practicing their pitch. Help us and you walk free. Hinder us and you join the indictment. It's the sort of cinematic ultimatum that reduces glittering lives to cold percentages. Cooperation might grant them new passports, new surnames, a cottage industry of tell-all deals spiced with survival credibility. Refusal could cement them as cautionary footnotes, beautiful heiresses who chose silence and watched everything crack.
Hey, real quickly, all that commissary stuff, he's not getting any of that because people in the SHU have an abbreviated list. So he's out of luck. No stake for him. Yeah, he is on watch. This guy thought he would have went home. All of a sudden, he didn't get bond. Remember, the first night that he was there.
And all the while, haunting every scenario is the specter of Kim Porter's tragic end. Al B. Sure publicly speculates she was taken because she planned to do what Cassie did years later, ignite the bonfire of public truth. Whether fact or fear-mongering, the notion seeps into every conversation. Could history repeat, this time with the twins? The feds certainly think the risk of witness intimidation is real. Citing Diddy's alleged jailhouse three-way calls as proof, we shiver at the notion of coded messages slipping through phone lines, sweet nicknames masking covert instructions. We reach the precipice of the present, where every sunrise feels like the day the twins must choose. News networks keep a live ticker, fans hold collective breath, former allies flip into state's evidence hopefuls. Somewhere, a yacht captain checks fuel levels, somewhere else, a prosecutor highlights another transcript, and in a penthouse closet, two identical gowns await their uncertain owners, sequins catching stray moonlight like silent paparazzi flashes. So we pull the curtain on our whirlwind tour through glamour, grief, and federal intrigue. The empire teeters, the twins stand at the crossroads, and the clock refuses to pause. Will Jessie and D'Lila shatter the shackles of loyalty to testify, or will they clutch designer suitcases and sprint for a secret jet before dawn? Drop your wildest prediction below, because tomorrow's headline may prove you a prophet, or expose a twist we never saw coming. Until then, stay curious, stay daring, and remember, in this saga of diamonds and subpoenas, nothing sparkles brighter than the truth, even when it blinds us. Catch you on the flip side.